Yeah, I just finished watching the end of Evangelion after watching the regular series as well. And I'm left with a very depressed feeling in my mouth. And I don't really care what anyone else says about saying this is such a great series because I think it's really depressing. And it started off good. It started off very good at first. Um, I really did enjoy it. Um, Here, let's take a look at the regular series, and I'll show you what I mean. Okay, let's just go here. Okay, so this is all the episodes on Netflix and such. So, first episodes I was like, okay, we've got some good characters, good fights between the giant robots and the angels, which I'm gonna be calling them that because that's what they're called in the show. But basically, they're the giant monsters that look really weird. And there were actually a lot of very good episodes that I liked with the fights, and some of them didn't have any fights. They were just like character episodes. But I did like those too. And we end up at the end of the series where all of the fights start to die down, and then we end up with these very philosophical last two episodes which I watched. I was very surprised to see the ending. Not what I thought would happen at the end of a giant robot series. Um, I felt a tiny bit disappointed, so I decided to watch the end of Evangelion to see if anything better happened, and guess what? Nothing better did happen. In fact, I think the end of Evangelion was a waste of an hour and a half of my life because I felt even more depressed than these last two episodes. I don't care if you love this series and think it's great, that's fine, but apparently you like to watch TV shows that are really depressing because I did not like this series at the end. I give this series it's a hard one. Well, the series I would probably give a 7 out of 10 and would recommend it because the ending is actually not as depressing, and looking back on it, it's actually a pretty good ending if you can understand what's going on. I guess it's the sort of project that I don't know. It's a bit sad. I don't really know. I don't know what to think anymore. This series is just confusing, but I mean, if you want to try not to be depressed, watch the series up until the 24th episode. But if you want to really see the philosophical solution, watch these two. You'll feel a little bit depressed, maybe, but I don't know. And then end of Evangelion, I give. Ooh, people are gonna hate me for this, but I'm gonna have to give it like a 4.5 star rating because like I thought, oh, this is gonna be such an exciting ending, and it started up really awesome and still depressing, but it did have some awesome giant robot fights, and then it got really depressing, and then it ended on a depressing note, and I don't even know if I can even accept that ending. And then there's this end. I can either choose this ending or the end of Evangelion ending, and I choose neither because I hate them both. And yeah, I'm gonna have to go with D-Man 1954's review because like that's the review I agree with the most when it comes to Evangelion. Um, I'll leave a link to it in the description of this video because it describes most of my feelings on the show very well. And yeah, now let's go more in depth with the characters and monsters and robots and stuff.